I think the challenge is to get to a place of clarity, to be able to see clearly what the choices are, and then perhaps, though it doesn't always work that way, but then perhaps the choice will become clear, that really what I want to do or what I should be doing is X rather than Y. To get clarity is not simple because we get caught up with our fears, our anxieties, our concerns. But I think part of that is to recognize that, first of all, we're not perfect, that we're just human beings, we're flawed, we all have challenges, we all have weaknesses that, and impulses that bring us to those places. But I think the teaching that there's a Talmudic teaching that about the schools of Hillel and Shammai that Elu ve'elu divrei Elohim chayim, that both these and those are the words of living God, and it's kind of a remarkable statement, right? If one's saying this is kosher and one's saying this is not kosher, it's treif, how could they both be the words of God? And I think broadly it's to have some understanding that we don't really live in a world of black and white, that it isn't yes or no, that it is a world of complexity. And sometimes just knowing that frees you from being frozen in this, I can't decide, I don't know what to do, it's so difficult, but it comes to a place of, it's a choice. And sometimes, even if the roads diverge in the woods in Robert Frost's poem, you go down this one, you go down that one, and you'll actually never know what would have happened if you went down the other one, because life does go on as the poem unfolds. And so in some ways it's just to make the best choice and know that you often will never know whether this was the right choice, was the perfect choice. So it's to have some sense of balance and not overweigh the decision. I mean, there are some very important decisions, but there are lots of decisions that they're just choices. And even going through that process, I think, can sometimes help you to not feel it's so weighted down that the anxiety overwhelms the ability and the possibility of coming to a place of clarity. And then it's really to be reflective on it and try to see, well, what's pulling me this direction? And is what's pulling me a good thing? Is it, and what's pulling me in the other direction? Is it fear of this is new, this is challenging? Well, maybe I should be challenge myself. And the better you can understand those things, the better you might be able to make a decision that's based more on clarity than on confusion.